And we're back for another episode. In this episode, we're going to be carrying on the Heavensward storyline. And as always, hello from Mithrie. So, it's been a while, guys. I know that some of you have been waiting for carrying on the story, because I know that quite a few of you don't even play the game and you like to watch my series. So, what I've been doing every day while I was also leveling up my crafters and gatherers was the dungeon roulettes. I mean, I have skipped a couple of days, but mostly been doing them. That's why, since the last episode of the story, my paladin is halfway to 60 already. So, way ahead of the curve in terms of leveling, in terms of this progress in the story. So anyway, here is Tataru. So, the next quest is called A General Summons. So, spoiler alert. And as well, this is now being live streamed using my new graphics card, the GTX 970, which I'm very happy about. So the quality should be noticeably better than it was before. So anyway, Tataru has news for you from Ul'dah. General Barnes says they may have uncovered the Sultanate's whereabouts. And he wants you, by which I mean both of you, to go to the Waking Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come, Mithrie. Pressing through Ishgard's plight may be, our presence here will not serve to hasten the Manukutter's completion. Let us return to the troubled lands of Fanaland and lend what aid we may. Tataru, have our friends at the congregation send a message to Estinian. Tell him we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare. As you wish, Master Alphanode. To the Waking Sands, Warrior of Light. 'Tis past time Ul'dah was delivered from this darkness. Yep, tell me about it. It's way too long. So let's go to the Waking Sands. The quickest way to go there is to teleport to Limsa, use the Aethernet, go to the Arcanist Guild, and then take the boat to the Waking Sands. Cool. So Aetherite, Aethernet, Arcanist Guild. The gameplay is so much smoother than before, it's ridiculous. Anyway, let's go to Vesper Bay. Okay, here we are. So, good old Waking Sands. It really has been a while.
Thank you for coming.
No thanks are necessary, General. I trust your recuperation continues apace.
I cannot complain. Thanks to Higiri and her ministrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
I gather you have made progress in the search for Her Grace.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Dulala informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery. There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
A death-like slumber? This cannot be a coincidence.
It lends some weight to Dulala's claims, aye. Her Grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it. The lady in waiting, Muriel. We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
We shall find our cat's paw in the Silver Bazaar. But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the monetrists, we'll have a fight on our hands. We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, Warrior of Light? Will you lend me yours? Then I pity the bastard that stands in our way. Come, my friends, for Nanamo, and for Ul'dah!
Oh yeah. Okay, so let's now talk to Yugiri. So she says, our target is Muriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting, a woman of Midlander heritage, and I am told the two of you have met. Our sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident and quietly rejoined the dwindling population of the Silver Bazaar. I suggest we begin by questioning the market's residents and confirm that Muriel is still hiding there. Okay, so let's go to the Silver Bazaar, which is all the way down there. So, I wonder actually if we can take the boat to the Silver Bazaar from here. Oh, wrong way. If not, we'll just teleport to Ul'dah and run. But I think there is a port there, so we must be able to get there quickly somehow. I'm just trying to remember from where. Cool. So, let's see. Okay, here's the ferry. Wow. So beautiful at sunset. So, Limsa Laminza. Okay, so let's forget that. Let's just go to Ul'dah and we can run. I'll work out the ship to get to the Silver Bazaar another time. Okay, so we need to go to Western Fanalan. There we go. Cool. Let's go. Now, I am very happy that I'm able to now play this game using the DirectX 11 client, and I can say it really does look so much better. Now, one of the things is that you can't just upgrade a 5-year-old PC with the latest graphics card and expect it to work well, because my CPU is also 5 years old. So next month I will be upgrading the motherboard, the CPU, the RAM, everything. Basically, just the other half which is missing for it to be a new PC. Other things that I can keep, I'll keep. I'll keep the SSD, I'll keep the case, I'll keep the power unit. They're more than adequate for a new PC and will work with the new components. And then if I get the new processor, that it will allow me to convert the videos and upload content for you guys quicker. I mean, that's what that's benefit me, or benefit everyone watching as well. The quicker I can release videos, the better. Still so many crafting videos to release. And as well, I want to just get this story done, and so I can also unlock flying in all the zones, so I can be a more effective gatherer as well. So plenty to do, plenty of ambition, but just as in game where I reinvest skill to upgrade my gear to be the best, I am now reinvesting the money I'm making from YouTube so I can get a better computer so I can make better episodes. So it's all going hand in hand. So anyway, here is Spotted Meadow. So, do you know of any returning residents Gods, don't tell me that they're starting to come back. My masters will not be pleased to hear this. Cool. Now let's talk to Kikipu. So, greetings, Mithrie. What can I do for the Silver's Bazaar's favourite adventurer? Looking for Muriel, you say? If you're hoping to lure her back to Ul'dah, you may as well give up now. The girl's done with city life. Okay, one more. Okay, so they are down at the port. Whoever it is. Okay, here is Danielle. So, Muriel, she's here. Left the city for good, she says. Barely leaves her house, though. It's one of the closest to the market entrance. Cool. So let's go. Alright, is this her house here? Oh yeah, here she is.
You are Muriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me. General Alden!
We will have the truth from you, girl.
Mayhap it would be better coming from me.
Oh dear God.
Lonorito, you'd best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. 'Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Muriel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan. I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
You conniving little worm! You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution. Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed. Alas, Ilberd's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended. Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive. And preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teleji Adeleji without trial? Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law. If you would, Lord Lolorito?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find her grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. the citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
I guess it's one of those we'll celebrate when we see it sort of things. I personally wouldn't believe any potion that he gave over, but whatever. We'll see how this pans out. So let's talk to Alpha Node now. So by the 12th, I fear Lord Lorarito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. Little did I suspect that he of all people would gift us a means to rouse the Sultanate. Okay, so I'll just take that. I'll just sell it, I guess. So the next quest is called Awakening in Ul'dah. That's cool. So there's a stuffed Moogle and stuffed Chocobo right there. So Alphino would see this dark chapter in Ul'dah's history brought to a close. So shall we also make our way to Ul'dah? I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. Okay, so let's go back to Ul'dah. Go to the Royal Promenade. Still a very empty feeling inside, you know. Still want to see really that she's okay, and then obviously after her see what happened to the Signs of the Seventh Dawn, because that's the thing we haven't seen yet. Okay, I probably ran the wrong way. No, I'm okay. I should be okay this way. Okay, here is Bartholomew. Or Bartholomew. So Flame General Roban mentioned you might be coming. Please, this way if you will. Well, she's breathing. She's alive!
I was having the longest dream.
"'Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands. Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she's none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Ul'dah into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Wait, I have it. The Agrius. Yes, well, 'twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and ladies, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teledji Adeledji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
"'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Ul'dah has taken control of its future, and I must do the same. I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves.
It's about time.
Among the recruits, there were those who supported our Order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely. Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption. As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship and give mine all for the cause. Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphino, proud member of the Scions.
Awesome. Okay, let's talk to Alpha Node again. So, I blush to speak thus of mine inner turmoil. But the fact remains that there is no woman alive in whom I would rather confide. Were it not for your shining example, I might never have emerged from beneath the pale of my despair. Okay, so let's take that. Sorry if you can hear sirens in the background, real life and all that. So, a brave resolution is the next quest. So, Alpha Node would know how things stand at the Rising Stones. So, still no word from Master Garland. I hope this mana cutter of theirs is nearing completion. So, I am assured that Her Grace will make a full recovery. In Ul'dah too shall flourish once more. General Ban and his colleagues have matters well in hand, I believe. Lady Yugiri, a question if I may. I believe your people have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves. Might you know how things stand at the Rising Stones? Yes, of course. You will be pleased to know that the 3rd Unit Braves abandoned Revenant's Toll when they learned of Captain Ilbert's defeat. The only blue uniforms to be seen there now are those worn by soldiers loyal to you, Master Alpha Node. To me, I see. I am grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oaths. Here we return to Ishgard. I must go to the Rising Stones and thank these stalwarts for their service. It shall be my final act as Crystal Brave Commander. Will you join me, Mithrie? You were there at the company's inception. 'Tis only fitting that you be present at its end. And I would appreciate the support. Okay, so let's head to the Rising Stones. It's been a while. Righty. Commander, you're alive. Aye, Mithrie too. I knew you scraped through. My splendid Crystal Braves, I have wronged you. All of you. My promises of glory and salvation have brought you naught but blood and betrayal. But you'll not hear us complaining. 'Twas a sight messier than expected, but we're still fighting for the freedom of all, just like we swore. Ain't that right, mates? Uh-huh. You humble me. I am truly blessed to have such steadfast comrades. It is with the most profound regret, then, that I must... That's enough of that, Commander. We know what you've a mind to say, and we ain't having none of it. We've talked it over, see, and we're all agreed. You can take our uniforms and strip us of our ranks, but we ain't no less of a company. But the Crystal Braves... The Crystal Braves may be finished, but the ideals upon which the company were founded live on. They bind us to each other and to you. Commander Alpha Node, our minds are made up, and so So you may as well get used to it. Let us help the Scions. Let us help you find Mithrie and the others. My friends, after all that has happened, I know not what to say. Cool, so let's again talk to Alpha Node. So pray excuse me, I'd thought my tears spent. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the constancy of his comrades. Mayhap I am the exception which proves the rule. Nay, do not protest. I know that I am not worthy of their loyalty, Mithrie. But as Farlek is my witness, I shall do everything in my power to earn it. Okay. So, let's see. So the next quest is called Ready to Fly. So Alpha Node has matters to attend to at the Rising Stone. So I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover on the missing Scions will need to be shared with our allies across the realm, specifically Urianger at the Waking Sands and Tataru in Ishgard. While we are organizing our various channels of communication, I would ask that you call upon Master Garland at the manufactory. I shall join you in Ishgard as soon as I am able. Okay, so now let's teleport to Foundation and go to the manufactory. Okay, so we can use the Aethernet to save ourselves about 4 seconds of running. Okay, so, yep, around here. Okay, let's see what Sid has to say. So, Mithrie, how in the Seven Hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you. We have but this moment completed the Manacutter's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Four Temps Manor. A dragoon by the name of Estinian was looking for you. Okay, so let's go to Four Temps Manor. Go, go, go. So we're going to teleport to the last vigil. The Four Temps Manor is right here, so let's go in. Cool. So here is Estinian. So Estinian says, you have fulfilled your obligations to the Ul'dah, Zen. Mistress Tataru has been keeping me apprised of the situation. Once I learned that these Manicutters of Master Garland were nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry into the mist. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the Eyrie, plotting his revenge. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Sir Aymeric? I think we have kept him in the dark long enough. Okay, so let's go visit seat of the Lord Commander. Okay, so Foundation to there. Cool. So, let's see. I think the Forgotten Knight is the closest teleport. Yes, it is. Very peaceful about this. So, Sir Aymeric has been eager to speak with you. Pray proceed. Okay, so let's go in.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the mana cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphino's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus, you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no!
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander. What? You too, Master Alphino? By the Fury! You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Well, my friend, it would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
Well, cool. So obviously, with it being mentioned 1,000 times, next stop is going to be the Eyrie. So I have pricked Master Alphinaud's pride, I fear, but had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Eyrie. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphinaud will make a fine field commander. But one does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying a novice. Okay, so that's complete. Moving on. The next quest is called Into the Eyrie. We'll get a Manucutter key and also an Aether Current. So I'm assuming Into the Eyrie is the last story quest of the Churning Mists. So hopefully after this, I'll be able to unlock flying in the Churning Mists as well. So Estinian is eager to set forth for the Eyrie. So we have tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of the Manucutters. Cool. So let's go back to Sid at the manufactory. So again, we can use the Aethernet to get there quicker. Right, so let's go. So I know some people might have done this quest like 3 weeks ago already, but whatever. I'm doing this at my own pleasure, enjoying every second. So anyway, here is Sid, and here is our flying Manucutter, or Manicutter. So, Mithrie, old friend, the cutters are ready when you are. The finer adjustments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you can get to where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties will tear through the wind barrier like a cermet drill through cottage cheese. And that, my friends, is a Garland Ironworks guarantee. You have our thanks. Come, Warrior of Light. The dread worm awaits. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's the Eyrie now unlocked. So I think that's a good time to end this episode. We saw Roban, we saw that Nanamo is alive and well. We're now going to go and face Nidhogg. So that was a good episode. We're progressing on nicely with the story. So anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, goodbye from me, and goodbye from Mithrie.